Hello everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar. My name is Majd Medina. I am the program lead for partner success at SherWeb, and it's an absolute pleasure welcoming you to our webinar. With us today, we also have Olivia Hardy, Customer Experience Manager at Chorus, and Olivia will be leading the discussion around our new Chorus Content Hub service that helps all of our partners go to market faster, accelerate sales, and access new content straight from your Office apps. It's an absolute pleasure. We're all very excited to be launching our new Chorus service. Just before I hand over the microphone to Olivia, I'd like to quickly remind everyone of first a few SherWeb notes and announcements. First of all, that's more of a statement or a note. Of course, at SherWeb, we always put our partners first, and we love to remind our partners that we are here to act as your business partner and your cloud accelerator. So we always support our partners with having the minimum investments in going to market by being an extension of your team. So if you ever need anything from SherWeb, whether it's marketing, sales, or pre-sale support, migration or onboarding, technical support, or anything regarding the whole sales or marketing or services cycle, please make sure that you engage your account managers and the whole SherWeb team, because we're here to support your growth. And with that, next slide, please, Olivia. I'm very happy to announce, sorry, Olivia, if you can go to the next slide. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to announce that this week we have one of the biggest, if not the biggest, promo that we ever launched in SherWeb's history that's coming your way. So please keep an eye out this week and have the discussion with your account managers, because we will be launching a promo that is called Growth Challenge. And as I mentioned, it's really one of the biggest promos we ever launched, where partners will be earning up to $10,000 per customer ad, of course, depending on the size of the opportunity. And that promo or that rebate will be given in two portions. The first 50% will be a direct cashback, and the second 50% will be marketing development funds, so that we can together build programs to help all of our partners generate new leads and opportunities. So you will be receiving all the information. That's more of a quick teaser, but you will be receiving the full information, and please do have the discussion with your account reps starting this week. So it's a great promo that we really are excited to be launching to all of our partners across all the opportunities that you have in your pipeline. Next slide, please, Olivia. And with that, I'd like to also remind everyone that this year we have our third annual Accelerate Cloud Summit that we host with Microsoft. This year is going to be in Montreal on October 10th and 11th. It's an amazing opportunity to meet with the SherWeb team, with, of course, the rest of our partner networks, with the Partner Advisory Council. And it is really an event that is programmed to help our partners learn, network, grow, and build your strategy for the next years to come. So if you can make it, we would love to see you there. Please make sure to register. And once again, it's happening on October 10th and 11th, 2019. We really look forward to seeing you there. Next slide, please, Olivia. And with that, my last announcement is really only for US partners, and that's really a 100% Microsoft promo that is going on right now all the way until August 31st, 2019, where it also goes hand in hand with our Growth Challenge promo. And for every customer ad, partners that are in the US can make up to $3,500 of cashback rebates based on the size of the opportunities, whether they are 50 seats and up or lots of small customer ads on CSP. So that's a Microsoft 100% CSP promo that is going on. Also, please talk to your account managers and have the discussion so that you can make sure that with every customer customer ad that you have, you benefit from both the SherWeb Growth Challenge promo and the Microsoft Sky's the Limit partner promo. With that, it is an absolute pleasure to be handing over the microphone to Olivia Hardy, Customer Experience Manager at Chorus, to tell us all about Chorus and give us a demo on how we can make the most out of it. Thank you very much, Olivia, for joining us. The floor is yours.
Okay, thanks a lot, Maj, and thanks everybody for joining us today. All right, so I'm going to kick things off speaking a bit about the pain points that you told SherWeb about and that we're really aiming to solve with this solution. So the first thing is that it's hard to find the right content to use. It takes too long to build customer-ready content, pitch decks, and sales proposals. It also takes too long to get to market. And if you, like this partner, your process is to download all the Microsoft campaign materials, personalize, repackage them, save them back to your SharePoint. I mean, that could take weeks and months even, and you run the risk of that content being outdated by the time you're ready to go to market, or very soon afterwards. So that's something you definitely want to avoid. And there's also no way currently to know which content items your coworkers are finding useful, or which parts of your proposal are grabbing your customers' attention. So I'm sure everyone on this call will agree that these are all impediments that we cannot afford to allow to get in the way of you hitting your sales numbers. So instead of spending time trying to overcome these challenges, you could be spending time having valuable sales conversations with customers. And instead of sending that trusty 2-year-old case study that you have got stowed away on your desktop, you could be taking advantage of the most current and compelling testimonial content that others have used and even won deals with. So ultimately, if you want to hit your numbers, you can't allow any of this to get in your way. All right. And so that's exactly why you should pay attention over the next few minutes. So I'm going to be giving you a bit of a demo, showing you how the solution works and taking you through all the various elements of it. And as you will see, SherWeb Content Hub is not just another sales app. It doesn't require you to change the way you work or even the places where you work. In fact, what it does is it brings the right content to you, to your fingertips, in the familiar world of Microsoft Office, where you are already working with Office add-ins for Outlook, Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. Excuse me. And then over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how you can use Content Hub to search best-in-class SherWeb content, as well as your own content in OneDrive for Business and in Microsoft Teams. And then once you've located the right content, how you can use it to build sales decks in record time, how you can use it to get to market faster, build complex documents with ease, and use Share and Track to share files with clients and track their engagement with those files. All right, so with that said, I'm going to leave the PowerPoint alone and jump straight into a demo. So for this, we'll get started with Outlook. So in this example here, I've got an email from a prospect who is looking to move to Azure. And for the purposes of this demo throughout, you'll see I'll be using this fictional company called Global Tech Resellers. All the companies you see here are fictional. And I'm replying to this prospective customer, and I want to send them some more information about move to Azure and schedule our next meeting. So for that, I can just launch my Content Hub add-in, which sits conveniently here on the message ribbon, and I can jump straight into the search. And I'll just move this out a little bit so you can see a bit more. Now, these are the places that are connected to my Content Hub at the moment. So, for instance, I could go to my OneDrive, where I've got a template that I would like to use as my starting point for my pitch deck. So I'm going to go over to that folder, and it's this one over here. And what I'd like to do for this pitch deck is I'm going to combine files from my own OneDrive for Business with slides that I'm getting from SherWeb. So to do that, I'm going to add the slide deck to what is known as the cart. We have 11 slides in this pack here. So I'm going to add all 11. And now going back to my sources, let's go have a look at what's available in SherWeb. So over here, you'll see when you come in and just click on SherWeb, you'll see we've got just shy of 70 content assets that you can use. Some really great quality stuff here. We've got battle cards, calculators, email content guides, product sheets, pitch decks. There's quite a bit here. So I could use the search box to search the content, and I'll do that in a moment, or I could use the filters, or I could use both. So let's use the filters for this. These are the different types of assets that you can find. So I'm going to look for a pitch deck that is intended for a customer audience, and then go ahead and search. And there we go. This is what I was looking for. So we've got a pitch deck here about the Azure hybrid benefit for Windows Server. What I'd like to do this time is not add all 12 slides that are available in this presentation, but rather select individual slides from here. So I'm going to click to preview this, which brings up a new window. And I'll hop over to the gallery preview. We have a few different preview modes for different purposes. So the gallery preview allows you to see everything. And I want to use pretty much everything here. So what I will do is select all, but then I'll take out these guys and perhaps this one, just as an example. I'll go ahead and add these items to the cart. And in this way, I could keep on searching for PowerPoint content, finding slides I want to use, and then just add them to my cart. You can think of it as a bit of a shopping cart, except you're shopping for content. So in this case, I'm just going to use these two. And when I go over to the checkout, you'll see that these are all the slides I've added. I've got my Globotech slides and the ones from SherWeb. I'm going to move this slide over to the end so you can reorder them if you'd like. And if you change your mind and perhaps you don't need a slide, you can go ahead and just delete them until you have what you want all here. When I'm ready, I can just go and click on Create. And now in this particular slide decks, or in the slide decks that I have selected, have been smart enabled. And what that means is that these decks can be customized just by simply filling in a form. So any information that is replaceable within the slide deck, so in other words, replace every instance of customer company name with Acme, because the pitch deck is for Acme. This is where you would specify it within a form like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and select a few things here and give it a title, and then just continue. And what I'd like to do is, let me give this a new name. So Azure hybrid pitch deck for Acme. I can immediately convert it to PDF if I'd like. So I'm going to go ahead and select that option and then just go ahead and create it. So what happens now is Chorus behind the scenes is going to go and fetch that SherWeb content, is fetching my OneDrive for Business content, is assembling the slides, and at the same time personalizing those slides with the information that I filled in this form. And as soon as our slide deck is ready, it'll take a few seconds. I'll be able to do a few things with it, like download it, attach it to my email, and if I'd saved it somewhere, I could even share and track, which I'll show you in a bit. So give that a moment. There it is. And then I can just go and attach that to the email. So as soon as it's downloaded, we'll see it popping in on the side here. Just give it a second, and there we go. And here's the pitch deck. If I were to go and open this, I can show you where the information is that I put in earlier. All right, let's cancel that. So this was the title that I had selected, company name. You'll see in other places, I've also got Acme Inc. replaced in all the right spaces. And then we've got the other slides that I had selected. Okay, so that's how you can assemble and create pitch decks really, really quickly. And you can do this from any one of the Office add-ins that come with Chorus. All right, so let's have a look at another example. This time what I'm going to do is, in fact, still in Outlook. I'm going to show you how you can get to market a lot faster. And for this, we'll send an email over to Majd. I think I've got you somewhere. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and launch the Content Hub. And I'm going to send an email about Dynamics 365. All right, so this time going into the search, I'm going to clear the cart. You'll see that whenever you load the add-ins, the last search that you performed will be remembered. So if I click on SherWeb, this was the last search we did, and we'll also have the cart following us around. So this is so that you can switch between one email to the next, or maybe you start in Word and you end off in PowerPoint. It doesn't really matter where you are, your data and your content follows you around. So I'm just going to click on Start Over to clear that, and then let's search for Dynamics. And here are my search results. I'm going to sort these. Okay, all right, so you'll see here that there's some email content. This one is an HTML format, and this one is a Word doc. What I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the Word doc version into Outlook directly, and when I do that, you'll see I get a form. There we go, Formage, and insert that. And it will put it into the body of my email, or wherever I had it in wherever my cursor was placed. The HTML version, if you'd like to use that one, this is good if you would like to download and perhaps import it into another email system. But if you're working in Outlook, you can go ahead and use the Word version. It inserts really nicely. And then what I might want to do is also send Majd a product sheet about Dynamics 365. So I know we've got one over here, and in fact we've got two. There's an English version and a French version. I'm going to choose the English version for this, and this time I'm going to click on Create instead of adding it to the cart, because I don't need anything from any other slide deck. And now in this form I can upload my company logo and customize it right there on the fly without even having to open this. I'm going to leave this partner email, this phone number, and that's the URL. Continue. And so now what I'm going to do this time, a little bit different, I'm going to keep it as a PDF, but I'm going to choose to save this because I would like to be able to reuse this at some point later in the future, perhaps for other customers. So when you click on Save, you'll have the ability to save documents back to your own OneDrive for Business, as well as to Microsoft Teams. So I'm going to save mine to my customer-ready content folder and go ahead and create that. I'll give it a second. And you've probably noticed in the form some of the fields are filled in already when I launch it. These forms can be designed to remember certain values. So you might need to provide a value the first time, but the next time it will remember who you are. All right, great. So my document has been created. And this time, instead of attaching it, I could attach it to the email, but I'm going to go and use a sharing track. And what the sharing track will do is it will create a sharing link. So let's go ahead and generate that. And this link can be copied and pasted and sent to customers or to vendors. And we'll be able to track engagement with the file in quite a lot of detail using this link. So I'm just going to modify this email just very slightly and say something like, here's the document, a document that will give you more information. As you can see, even after you've inserted something, you can absolutely still work in that area. It does not lock it down in any way. And I'm going to just simply insert that. Before I do though, just want to show you some advanced options around the sharing. You can, by default, we require an email address. Well, you receive the stats around who has accessed your document. You can allow or disable downloading. You can set alerts. You can choose when the share should expire, and even set a passcode if you would like to password protect it. So I'm just going to leave things as they are and go ahead and insert that. And there we go. So I'll send this off to Majd in a moment, but how quick was that to be able to just literally customize this product sheet on the fly and send it off, and then the next time I want to use it, I can go over to search, find it in my OneDrive, and if we go to customer ready content, here's that product sheet. So I can then very easily just go and reuse that as I'd like with other customers. In fact, what I might want to do, if this is something that I use often, is I could add it to my favorites. So in addition to the search capability where you can type in the search box, use filters, browse your files, there's also on the home pane when you first log in, areas here where you can any document that I add to my favorites will come in here. So if I want to access my favorite documents, I can just click there, and there's that Dynamics 365 Business Central product sheet I created. And in the same way that I've created favorited documents, I can also do something similar with searches. So if there are specific searches that you regularly do, you can save them. Here are a few searches that I have saved already. So for instance, if I click on partner guides, what that does is it pops partner guides into the text box, into the search box over here. It also remembers for me the location, so I was searching SherWeb, and all the filters that I had pre-selected. And to create the save search, all I had to do was run the search the first time, and then click on the star, which brings up this dialog and allows me to give my save search a name. And then as soon as I click on save, then it appears here on my home pane. So that's how you can go about finding documents a lot quicker. Now, when it comes to getting to market, before we leave Outlook, just want to show you, you also have the ability to copy documents over to locations where you perhaps have a team working on a project. So for instance, we've got a win-back campaign that we're working on at Globotech, my fictional company. And so what I might want to do is take this great cookbook here, which has got a lot of good stuff in it. I want to share it with my team and go ahead and copy that over to Teams. So I've chosen to copy it to a location. And then here are all the teams within my Microsoft Teams. Just give that a second to load. And there we go. There's my win-back campaign. And I can save it over to the general channel and just copy that over. All right, so we're literally taking all the documents and putting it in the right place at the fingertips of the people who need to work with them. So I'm going to send this off to Majd. Majd will access this link for us, and then I'll show you what that looks like a little bit later, the share and track experience. So I'm going to go ahead and send that. And then let's go over to Teams and have a look at what's happened over here. So if I go over to my win-back campaign, to my general channel, under Files, you'll now see the MSP bundling cookbook is right here and available, and everyone on my team is able to access it. Now, if you're working on complex documents, so you've seen Chorus with Outlook, there are other Office add-ins as well. Probably the other second most popular one is the one for Word. So I'm going to go over to my Alliance proposal team, which is Alliance in this case is a fictional company, not the real company in Europe. We've used fictional companies everywhere. All right, so I'm going to go over to my proposal for Alliance and access this draft. Great, I see Majd has accessed this, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. And I'm going to go ahead and open this in Word. give it a sec. There we go. And here's my Content Hub add-in right here. So I can just go and click on that to bring it up. And what I'm going to do this time is just go over to one of my favorite searches. There's an area in this proposal. I'll just scroll down a little bit. I think it was over here. There we go. So here we've got a section, for instance, on the Microsoft Cloud Adoption Framework, and I need some more information here. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and delete that and leave my cursor in that spot. We're going to look for some content over here. So I ran a save search when I came in for the Cloud Adoption Framework, and these are the search results. Now, what I could do is look inside of the documents. You are able to interact with the content without necessarily having to download it first. So I'm going to go over to the preview. And you'll see when you first load the preview, by default, you will land on this preview, which is the page view. It is the best looking of all the previews, if I can call it that, and that it will the most accurately render results, or most accurately render the look and feel of the document or the file that you're viewing. But if you'd like to select and reuse content, probably the easiest is to go to the web view. It is a lot easier to select. From here, we've converted that into HTML, so it's easy to copy and paste. And you'll also see on the right here, before I copy anything, we've got another search box. So if you're looking through a long document, it could be one of the SherWeb guides, for instance. There's some great benefits and selling points in a lot of the guides. You might want to do this. Come over, search within the guide, and then as you we will pop we'll present a search result snippet and show you where it's popping up in the document, and then you can literally just click and it will jump you to the right spot. All right, so I would like to use this introduction. So I'm going to go ahead and just select all of this, and then I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit so you can see where I'm going, and then just simply insert this text as rich text into my file. And now we've got the content right here. So depending on how your document that you're inserting into, or the destination document looks in terms of styles and the styles of what you're inserting, sometimes you might need to just reformat things just very slightly. But that's relatively quick to do, and this time savings you get in comparison of having it right here just makes it really well worth it. And so this was inserting a selection from from a document. What you're also able to do is insert pages of a document or slides from a presentation as an image into another file. So for instance, here we've got a PDF with an infographic. I could go ahead and insert that as an image. Simply click on the More menu. Here we go. We've got Insert Displayed Item as an image, and there's the image. There's a lot of great visual content within the SherWeb content that you might want to do this with from time to time. All right, so another thing we do as well throughout is we keep track of usage and statistics throughout the process, and as you're using Chorus. So if you go over to the Info button, you'll see that we've got a bit more information about the file. So for instance, this infographic is intended for customers, infrastructure as a service. And under here, I could go, if you wanted to see if your coworkers are using it or who's used it in which documents, you could use the analytics available here. So for instance, I could jump over to destinations, and this will show you all the places where this infographic has been inserted. You can see I've been practicing for this webinar. But as you start using your Content Hub more and more, you'll start getting some valuable information over here, and how many times it's being used over the past 12 months and how, etc. So I'll go ahead and close that for the moment. Another place where you've got stats and analytics is the sharing track that we had earlier. So I'm just going to go back into my emails, and we should have that email from Maj. There we go. So on the first access, we'll send you an email to let you know that it's been somebody's accessed it, and I can click here to go to the web interface that you're able to use to access Chorus, which is known as Hub Central. So the URL for this is www.chorushub.com. Alternatively, what you can do from any one of your apps is go over to the home pane, and once we're here, there is a link to go to Hub Central on the home pane. So that's how you can easily find it. So I'm just going to switch over here. You can see I can also work with my favorite documents. I can search if I'd like, but what I'm really interested in showing you now is the shared documents. There we are. So this was the file that I had shared with Maj earlier. All right. We can see that he spent 6 minutes in total. He spent the most time on page 1. And if I have a little closer, it's a bit small. It might be a bit small for you, but yeah, 3 seconds on the last page, it's definitely not a popular one. Let me show you another one where we've got a few more viewers, so you can see what it looks like when there's multiple people. These share and track links are made to be sent out to multiple customers, so that you're able to then collect stats about it. So you'll see here, these are Amy's stats, Amy Heyo from Globotech. If I click on over there, we'll see Linda's stats. And if you want to see everything for the whole deck, then we can come here, that this is the average. And if we were to look at this, it looks like page 2 is the most popular one, and it looks like nobody really gets to page 6. So that would be our drop-off point for this particular slide deck. So the more you use the SherWeb content, your own content, using Content Hub, you'll start learning about what's working and what's not working with that. Okay, so that's all we have time for today in terms of demo. Just want to finish up with a few quick remarks here. So just a very quick recap. The SherWeb Content Hub connects you and your Office applications to the content that you need. It can really help you dramatically reduce the time that it takes to find, develop, and send best-in-class content to your prospects. And that's how we really help you shorten the sales cycle and improve win rates. It's so much easier with Content Hub to incorporate SherWeb content into your sales and marketing process, and you can really customize the content that's been made available literally within seconds and from within your Office apps. So ultimately, you'll be able to spend a lot less time preparing content, a lot more time with your customers, and that will help you get your sales number this quarter. So to get started, in the webinar invite, there was a link to sign up for your own Content Hub. If you haven't done so already, I'd encourage you to go ahead and do that. All you will need is an Office 365 login and Office 2016 installed. Just one thing though, on the add-in for Outlook, your mailbox must be hosted on Exchange for it to work in Outlook. The sign-up process is incredibly quick and easy. We'll guide you throughout it. You'll see if we just go there very quickly, you'll get to a page like this. Click on Sign Up Now, and just fill in the forms that come up next. Very quick. And then also, we offer, in terms of resources, a series of on-demand webinars to help you get started fast, which will go in a bit more detail. I've kind of given you a bit of an overview and a demo, but obviously as you're onboarding, you'll need a bit more detail, so you'll get those from those webinars. We have a help center, and of course, you're welcome to get in touch with us. And we'd be very happy to help. So with that, Maj, I can hand over back to you if you're ready.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Olivia. That was amazing, and I'm very happy to know that you can see how it really ties into our strategy of supporting you really reach your customers and partners faster, giving you all the data and analytics to know what works and what doesn't. It's really an amazing tool, and of course, it's absolutely free and as easy as just these 3 steps that Olivia just shared. Of course, we'll also always keep it up to date. So, of course, we love directing our partners to download all of our resources from the partner toolbox. But hey, you really don't need to search for things outside of your inbox, because we will always keep updating it with the most essential resources, whether they're sales, marketing, or technical content. Also, if there's anything related to any promos. So we really like how with Chorus, you can really have all the SherWeb updates, even if there's like a market, a program going on, like end of support for Windows or something like that, you can easily access all of that information just by always staying up to date with the content that are on the Chorus plugin in Outlook. So it's a really great resource. I can see a lot of partners already really liking it on chat. And with that, like, we really hope that you use it. Once again, please talk to us if you require any type of training or any discussion on how we can really make the most out of this amazing new app. And with that, like, we'd like to give you your time back. Just before, of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to stay on the call. And other than that, thank you so much, Olivia, and the whole Chorus team. You've been amazing support helping us get started, and we really hope that you enjoyed your time.
Great, thanks, Majd. So do we have some questions that we'd like to take?
Oh, I see a question right now from Dennis asking, where do we find the login details? So Olivia, please feel free to
Yes, so the good news, Dennis, is that you can log in using your Office 365 credentials. So the whole authentication process, we're very tightly integrated with Office 365. So you would just be signing up with your Office 365 credentials.
Perfect. Thank you, Olivia. And the link itself will be, of course, in the same email that was sent out. And we will also be sending the link back with the follow-up email with the recording as well. If you check the email invitation for this webinar, you will find the Chorus Content Hub link where you can sign up. Of course, you can always reach out to us if you have any questions as well. Do we have any other questions? I'm not sure any are coming in so far. Please feel free to just type it into the chat on the side of the window. Right, it looks like everyone got their answers covered, and of course we're always here to help and answer any questions that you might have. We're also, of course, always very happy to train our partners with any of the needs that they would have or require from us. So please reach out to us. Also, if you need any product training or any type of support, let us know, and we will make sure to support you with any questions that you have. Thank you once again, Olivia. This was amazing, and we look forward to seeing you hopefully at the Cloud Summit this year, if not before. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us.
Great. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Majd.
Thank you. Bye.